guys, Liz here. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be sharing all my completed pages from my colouring, my watercolours and my glue booking for, I think it's February and March. I'm not actually quite sure. I think I did nothing in January. So it's still not a hang of a lot, but I will share what I have done. So I'm going to be doing the colouring first, and if that's all you're interested in, when that's done, that will be done, etc., etc. So the first one I did was from Sachin Sachdeva's Stained Glass Tiffany Windows, and this is in a way how I got over my total slump, is just by taking a colour by number and going with it, because I just couldn't seem to bring myself to colour. And where is it? Got the sticker there and I can't get to it. There we are. And I just did this one, and it was just a fun one, and I used Crayola Supertips and had a lot of fun doing it. I quite like how it turned out. I didn't do anything fancy with it at all. Just used the Supertips and coloured away and had a lot of fun. So thank you to this book. I'm getting through the book. I think most of the end here have been done. I'm doing it from the back forward so that the colours don't mess up what we need. Then also Sachin Sachdeva, All-Time Hits. I absolutely love this book. I did one of these Super Egypt pictures, also with my Crayola Supertips. I keep having to hop up and see whether I'm in screen or not. And I like how that turned out. It's a little bit blotchy here and there, but I don't think it's too bad, and I really enjoyed doing it. I think that's the only one I did in there. I think the rest that I've done have been at other times. Then I enjoyed very much colouring in this fun and cute kawaii book by Melina Clark. And I really enjoyed doing this. I think I did a video on this, a Colour With Me video. I think it was alcohol markers, yes. Looks to me as if it was my Ohuhu pastel markers and a little bit of glitter gel pen. Nothing fancy. But that was a lot of fun. I do like these images. I don't know if you know this book. It's very much like a kid's book, but I really like the images. They're simple and they're not difficult to see. Then in this book that I like a lot, this is Fairy Cuties by Vaughan Slater. I did just the one. I had meant to do a second one because I like this book. I must say, if there's one book I want to finish this year, it's this book. And this was my picture that I based on my little grandson Dylan. And I used a mix of alcohol markers, some shiny gel pens. Don't know if you can see the shine. And yeah, shiny gel pens on the eyes. And I think that's probably it. I think I did a little bit of detailing with pencil. I did some, I don't think you can see it. I can see it if I hold it like this. I'm going to have a look and see if it catches at all. But I sort of tried to do some curls in his hair with a shiny gel pen. And when the sun's on it, you can see, but otherwise not so much. Then what I think is, I did two pictures that I think I coloured nicely. The one was this one. This is Summer Night by Hanna Karlzon. And I did this one, and I did a kind of a colour along on the channel with that. I've got some stickles on there, and I did an acrylic paint background, Posca pen and other white things, and mostly stickles for the shiny. I hope you can see the shine. I'm never quite sure. I don't get it so well. And I'm just trying to protect that picture, so got some paper there. Then I did a colour along from Megan's channel in this romantic country fantasy colouring book by Airy, and I really enjoyed doing this, and I'm going to have a look and see if she's got any more colour alongs from this book, because I love this book and I know she wants to complete the book, so maybe she will have some more. And it's this one, and I love how that turned out. I really like that. I used pencils, pastel pencils there. The whole thing's done in pencil. And I used a blending solution on the background just to get it a little bit smoother. But I love how that turned out, and I want to try and do this page in April so that I've got the two done. I've done a few in this book. There's another one I want to finish the opposite page. Maybe I'll get that done in April also. Then I did two in Matchstick Mouse, Springtime Colouring Book. I did this little lammy. I'm trying to remember what I used. Oh, I know what I used. I used markers for the background, but then I used Crayola pencils on it. And I did this one as well with Crayola pencils, all Crayola pencils. I think I used a marker on the hat. But for the rest, it was all Crayola pencils and gel pen on the little sakura flowers. So I loved those two. Thought they were a lot of fun and nice and easy, and they were the first two that I've done actually in front of my TV, so I was quite pleased with them. Then I did my first one in this book, and I did part of it as a colour along. I started off with this and made a mess, and then went over it with pencils, and then used an acrylic glitter paint. It's a holographic glitter. I'll put a link to that. It's actually an awesome glitter paint to use on top of things. I don't know if you can see the shine. Just on the buttercream, and I put a bit on the buttercream here. And pencils, markers. Yeah, mostly markers and then pencils for detailing. And I used pan pastels on the background. So I think that turned out okay, and it's my lone little Easter page. I think I'm going to have to do some Easter pictures at some other time. And then I also did two pictures in this Flower Fairies book, which I haven't actually coloured in before. It's a sweet book. I did this one, which I really like how it turned out. It's all with pencils. Although actually, in a way, I think I used some, yeah, no, it's all with pencils, and then I used some blending solution, used some fine liners to try and detail the grass, bit of Posca paint pen. And I like how that one turned out. And then I did this one, sort of Eastery in concept, but maybe more autumny in colour, but it is autumn here, so I always feel a little bit mixed up with the seasons, with the dealing mostly with the northern hemisphere in the colouring community, and then the few of us in the southern hemisphere. So I liked that one, and I like how the bunny turned out. And that's another book that I really like and want to do some more pictures in. I think I've only done one other in this book. Don't know if you even know this book. It's from, probably bought it in 2017. This one's another one. I did this in the past though. So that brings all the colouring to an end. So if that's all you're interested in, thank you so much for watching. Next I come to my watercolours, and I did not do too many watercolours this month. I did this kind, I can't remember, I think this was last month. And then the loose flowers, loose sort of bouquet. And then just a little vase and sort of a pansy study. And then the tulips, which I've done a video on. So that's in this sketchbook. And then watercolouring also on loose paper. I did these flowers and then these flowers. I've been on a quest to try and do pansies nicely. They're still not right, but I've been trying to get them sort of loose. And then I had my grandson here, and I was teaching him a bit about watercolour painting, and we did wet on wet technique and backgrounds, and then I had a stencil. So this is Daniel's painting and this is my painting. So it was a lot of fun doing that actually. So that's those two. Just learning wet on wet technique. If you'd like to try something like this, do let me know and I'll do a video. They're so fun to paint. And then I was just fooling around and I painted this tree, and I did the leaves using a mixture of a sponge and cotton buds. So that was a lot of fun. So that's all of the watercolors. So if that's all you want to watch, then I thank you. Then I'm on to the glue booking, and that's where most of my creative work has been. I've actually finally finished this book. I'm going to quickly do a flip through of it for you guys in case you're interested. Both of my glue books started off, this one started as an art journal and then changed into a glue book. So I did that this month. This I did ages ago. That was a colouring page and just paints and little stickers and things. This was before I was really glue booking. I just glued all kinds of things on. I didn't know what I was doing. Had a lot of fun. Was just doing some sort of Bible study and things like that. Glue booking, some more fooling around with art. I like that quote, don't think or judge, just listen. I hope I'm in screen. I must come down. Funny little thing there. I did a big fold out of various things. My daughter had just had a baby, so it was all in sort of honor of that, and I journaled a bit about it all. And time to remember, and did some things like that and journaled a bit about it there. So that's all in there. And then this was also just writing about things that I love and stuff. Also a lot of journaling and very childish art trying. Then I was getting palettefull packs and I was just keeping all of those and trying my hand more at art journaling. The earth laughs in flowers. I love that quote as well. Another sticker that came with something. Stickers from Scrawler Box. Some just playing, trying to paint tulips as I was trying. And then I do feel this was about 2019. And I do feel my tulips have improved. So I feel that that's quite an encouragement to me. More stuff, trying to draw. Another art journaling thing of just doing things, journaling, drawing on top of things. This was an old sheet music piece of paper, and I journaled and I used texture paste and again sort of all kinds of things, the life she imagined. And this was Daniel's drawing and colouring in 2019. Then the glue booking, this started now. This has been recent. So I had a lot of fun with these. This I also sort of painted the background and just went through them. This was me keeping all my tea bags and just wanting to keep the different flavors and things that I've had because I love my teas. So that was just a memory. This was actually a serviette and then just texture and stuff. And this was glue booking onto paint. This feels, yeah, this is also glue booking. This is a recent one. I like that Scrap In Solutions. This is all of some paints that I had, some doodles I did. A Zentangle. One of my grandchildren drew our house for me and I painted it. And then this was one of the old art journaling things, and this was alcohol ink that I did, and then I painted and I wrote in, and this was in 2019. Texture, feather, texture. Then recent glue booking. This was done this month, I think. Can't remember now. Like this quote, wherever God may plant you, bloom with grace. And all of those. I think I did this last month. This was my dad and his best man on his wedding day. This is just a random picture. It's not my mom. I think I did this online, and this one. I like this one very much. Love that pug. I like this one also. Some of these make more sense than others. I like this one. I kind of like the grid look. I like her sitting up there. I hope they're not shining too much. The light is bad at the moment. There's another mushroom and fairies. And that's the end of that. So I've actually finished this chunky thing. And then to finish with, I did quite a few pages in this big monster glue book, which is, if I hold this Kameliya Angelkova's book, you can see it's longer. This was a colouring book, and I pulled some pages out and I've turned it. It also started as an art journal, turned it into a glue book. These pages aren't finished. Quite a few, these are coming apart. I need to stick that down again. But I think we did this together. Then I did this one I need to stick on top of. I did the grid here. I would love to know from you what I should do on top of that. I'm a little bit lost. Then I did that. I've also done the background here, but not finished it. And done that grid, got that background, not finished them, finished these two. This is my parents, my mom and dad at their wedding, my mom and her dad going to the church, and my Grandpa and my granny. So I liked that one. And I like my quote, birds all sing as if they knew today's the day we'll say, I do, and we'll never be lonely anymore. So none of them are with us anymore, so I really enjoyed that. I suppose it's a bit of scrapbooking more than... And are there any other pages that you haven't seen in here? I'm not sure. I'm aiming to finish this at the end of this month, the end of April. Oh, I did these 2 pages. I like them. They were music-inspired pages. You all know music is my life. So there was a quote here. I see my life in terms of music, which I felt was very apt for me. And yeah, I kind of like these 2 pages. I feel like they make a bit more sense than some of the others. So that's all my artistic endeavors for the month. My colorings, my paintings. I liked my tulips, actually. Our little sunsets and flowers and everything. And I hope you've enjoyed sharing, looking at everything with me. And I want to say thank you to everybody that supports me. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I just love having you come to the channel. I love reading your comments when you make them. I love having you around and having made new friends from all over the world and doing color alongs with people and all of these wonderful things. And I want to let you know just how much I appreciate you. And I want to thank you so much for spending time with me and for watching the videos. As ever, I really appreciate the likes, and I really know that you are all great and enjoy doing your coloring and your various artistic endeavors as well. I want to wish you all everything of the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and lots of love to everyone. Bye now.